me see. This is order. All right, here we go. Hello. Good morning. I'm gonna do some a special today. I'm gonna bring Liu Feng in. Liu Feng was here last time. Liu Feng is one of the most famous speaker in China, in health, in longevity, in education, in energy, in dimensionals, and he goes from the science point of view to explain the Eastern wisdom, to explain the world wisdom. And before we bring him in, I'm going to do some meditation with everybody, and then we're going to talk on health, wellness, on energy, on mental and physical health. Thank you. All right, let's start. As we always do, take a deeper breath. Listen to yourself. Observe yourself.
What? I don't know where your damn music is.
Calm. Look into yourself internally, so that anything comes in, any chaos, any messy signals, any messy information, any messy sights, any messy emotions, not block your internal being. Let it go, anything that comes in. Face anything that comes in. Just observe. The simple, calm observation will change everything. You may adjust your position. Listen to your heart. Listen to your mind. Listen to the transmission of any sound. Maybe we got upset yesterday. Maybe we got upset 2 days ago. Maybe we got upset last night or this morning. When you observe it, observe that emotions, observe that thoughts, you will see that it changes. When you breathe, with calmness, with depth, when you breathe, out with a calm, slow out motion. You may see the relaxation sensation. You must see with all your mind and all your heart, all your attention. Especially during the chaos, that breath, that calmness, that inner observation will change everything. Face them in lieu of escape. Escaping will bring them back. Facing problems with the inner observation will change the whole dynamics, will change the inner being, the inner process. Breathe deeply. See yourself. Observe yourself. Watch yourself. Every motion of that thoughts. Every motion of that emotions. With your deep breath, you see the relaxation sensation creeps in. The brain cells begin to open up. All the channels around your scalp, shoulder blades, spinal cord, down all the way to legs are opening. Just observe. You may go deeper and deeper if you wish, if you want. the deeper you get, the calmer you will be. Deeply breathe in and out. Begin to be aware of your surroundings, your heart and your mind in connection with the surroundings, with nature. With that existence of being. At that moment, at this moment in time and space. Breathe deeply. Raise your hands up all the way to the sky. Breathe out. Be peace and be calm. Okay, and I hope everybody gets a good breath and good in observation. Okay, let's bring Mr. Liu Feng in. Okay, hello, Mr. Liu Feng.
Hi, DeRu. Hi,
okay,
everybody.
Can you get your sound a little bit louder?
Right now it's okay?
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, I can barely hear you. And Brett, is the sound all right on your end?
Should be.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi,
go ahead.
everybody. Yes. Today we first do the meditation with DeRu. Why we do the meditation? The meditation is how to help our health. Today I can tell everybody the meditation, the information is in the high dimension. We do the meditation is a link our three-dimensional body with our consciousness energy. The high dimension energy is a link. We can download the high dimension information and have the vibration with the high dimension energy. So if we get the harmonical high dimension energy or the consciousness energy with our body, three-dimension energy is a harmony. We get the health. So today we do the meditation. We can inside deeply in our consciousness. That is the higher dimension. Because we live in 3 dimensions, we have the do the everything, and we through our eye, ear, and nose to connect with the 3-dimension entity. But how we can get this feeling? That is a link with the consciousness, higher dimension. Everything in the 3-dimension is a projection from a high dimension energy structure. If we can adjust our high dimension structure, we get the harmony, the energy structure. We can get the projection. Projection is a balance. The balance energy support our health. So that's why we, from the inside, to adjust our energy to get our 3-dimension body's health. That's very important. We can change the energy source. When we change energy source, use our inside mind. Inside mind in the another thing is called is spiritual. Spiritual either spiritual same with the high dimension consciousness. In the top dimension is at the end dimension and approach the infinity. That's everything source. That in the universal, there is everything source. Like the East culture, like the Buddha, like the Tao, like the Zen. That is soul is told us that's everything source in the end dimension in approach infinity. That's why we do the meditation link with the inside energy to download energy information in the 3 dimension to guide our health life. DeRu,
All right.
can you explain?
Okay, good. Okay, for what I see, what he tried to explain, let me give you a little bit more explanation with my point, and also with my interpretation and my understanding of the universe, the understanding the 3-dimensional world, understanding the up and uplifted 4th dimension, 5th dimension, up all the way to 0 dimension, the end dimension of the world. So what he try to say is that the meditation I did helps each person to transcend that consciousness, to be harmonious, to resonate that energy with everybody, and expand that consciousness, expand the energy to be coherent with people around, with the 3-dimensional world. Doesn't matter your work, your house, your relationship, but that meditation is to harmonize that energy with the 3-dimensional world. In the meantime, at the moment in time, that meditation transcend to the universe to connect with the original source. What is the original source? The original source is the light. Sort of like from the quantum theory standpoint, that means from quantum physics standpoint, from relativity, that is Einstein, from quantum world, that is started from Max Planck, that the mentor of Albert Einstein, and also the father of quantum physics. And from that point of view, it's a matrix that energy, that conscious matrix. From Neil Bohr's point of view, that is the Eastern point of view. He started with the Eastern point of view, that is yin and yang, yin-yang matrix, that yin-yang conscious flow of energy, that entanglement of the consciousness anywhere, any point in the world, that connectivity of the universe. So from the quantum view and from conscious view, from the Eastern thoughts view, everything matched together into parallelism and into that sort of like the point. The point is that bridge. That bridge is everything is holographic. All the information comes from the holographic world of that projection. The original projection, it has a light source. It has the energy source. So that's what he talked about, is the energy source, that lighting source. So when you adjust the original light, when you adjust the original energy, when you transcend to connect with the original energy, and everybody is a participating agent, that agent can connect with the origin, and then you just the original light, the original source of energy, and then the light changes will change the projection of the movie, change the projection of everything in that three-dimensional world. So when your consciousness reach to that point, your energy reach to that point, in resonant with the original energy, with the original source, from in the quantum sense, in the conscious sense, in the high-dimensional conscious sense, and then that alignment will change all the original light, will change all the original energy source, and then will give totally different projection of the different dimension all the way to the three-dimensional world. And that will change the total bodily well-being, mental well-being, and emotional well-being, and the holistic person, the total well-being of that person, and total well-being of that community, total well-being of all that surroundings, expenditure of that energy, and that circumference of that circle. And that's what he was talking about, I believe. Is that right, Dr. Liu?
Yes.
Good.
In the East culture, in the biggest difference with West culture is in East culture, the everything is from up to down. It's from the n dimension and go to in towards the infinity, down to the three dimensions. So in that way, can know everything in the universe. But the West culture is from down to up. So we from a three dimension to get the higher dimensions information. In the between the three dimension and the higher dimension, in the middle is the quantum theory. Quantum theory is help people to know something from the higher dimension information and the torch, but there is still cannot know the whole universe, whole dimension things. Basic theory. In the three dimension, we know that everything comes from the basic particle. In the quantum physics, every basic particle is comes from energy wave. So in different energy waves, every energy wave, every type of energy wave can lead to the simple energy wave. Is a sine wave, is a sine x. That is a simplest energy wave. In the Buddhas, that is called is 1,000. In the Tao system, code is the energy wave is yin yang. In the Chinese culture, is called a single wave. Is long. It's a dragon, but it is not only dragon. That is a sound is a long. Long is in West culture is kind of dragon, kind of animal, but in East that is just the simple of the energy wave, simplest energy wave. So if we know everything is come from the single wave, when the two single wave combine is meet, when they have the same vibration and the same frequency, we can go to heighten to the same vibration, and we can get the inference. Inference has appear the energy structure. This energy structure is become the more combined the energy waves. We can get the more things from the more matter, more things in the three dimension. So if we know the result, we get everything in the three dimension. That always come from a single wave. So that is a different culture, different. But in the quantum physics, we can link the horizontal. We know that everything is come from the energy wave. In the vertical, we know that everything from higher dimension. There is a projection. In the horizontal and vertical, we know that everything that make a matrix. The matrix is in the whole universe. Everything, every energy, every information included in the matrix.
Good. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we come back again, and we let Dr. Liu and continue. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Want to give your family or loved one the perfect gift? Then go online and check out the TornadoBodyDryer.com. I love mine and the warm heat air massage it gives me after my shower. The Tornado Body Dryer is super. You'll love it, and you'll love having one in your shower.
If your health insurance premium is more than your mortgage, Ellen Deal with Ideal Solutions is here to help. Whether you're a small business owner, individual, family, or baby boomer, email maga45cag@gmail.com, and I'll respond with 3 easy questions to help you determine if you can get away from Obamacare. As a 20-year veteran of the insurance industry, I'm here to help with all your insurance needs. Email Ellen Deal at maga45cag@gmail.com.
Get your pen and paper ready. If there's a move in your near future, I'm here to tell you that the folks I used and now recommend is Around Town Movers. Timothy and the guys recently moved me, and I am and was totally satisfied with a sometimes not so fun experience moving. Call Timothy at 770-378-4708 and make it a good move and a good experience. Around Town Movers for that local or cross-country move. Timothy, Around Town Movers, in my opinion, are the best. That's Around Town Movers. Call them.
You're listening to America's Web Radio on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
到了。Okay, here comes Dr. Liu.
You still there?
哎，李峰老师，这样吧？李峰老师开始说了。
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
How we can get the high dimension information and link with the high dimension energy? we have need 5 things. Is the basic thing. One is clear. It's our mind has to very, very clear. So we can get the high dimension information and can link with the high dimension energy. The second is peace. Everything, every emotional is peace. We can get the high dimension, the information. 3 is insight. When the n dimension, n upon the infinity, is very, very huge, very, very is better and beautiful, more beautiful than the 3-dimension thing. Because every information in 3 dimensions approach the 4 dimension, everything, the 3 dimension, the whole thing like the 0. And the 1 is when the 5 dimension as the small and small, the 3 dimension, everything is nothing. So in the n dimension, n goes to in approach the n dimension, we can ignore every 3 dimension thing. So we have to very, very respect high dimension. We can get the link with the high dimension information and download energy. The 4th thing is the mirror. Everything we saw in the outside 3 dimensions is like the mirror. They help us to find our the inside energies unbalanced. So we can when we solve everything, we have to back to our inside to find the result in the inside. The 4th is the level. We have to upgrade of the level in the different dimensions. We can oppose the n dimension and go to infinity. So here is then all the meditation is to do that thing. We have to have the do these 5 things. Different religion, different retreat is use a different way to get the 5 things. Thank you.
Okay, good. And over here, Dr. Liu talk about is about from the 3-dimensional world, and he said about the quantum physics is covering the horizontal level, and also in the middle level. That means it's a connection between the Western science, Western way of looking at the things from bottom down, and science is from bottom down, and from the Eastern thoughts and Eastern thinking, and what he talk about the Buddhism philosophy, and which is about oneness and the emptiness, the great void. And then in Taoist, which is yin and yang, the yin yang together is also flow together in in a matrix. And then so quantum physics at this point see from the Eastern thoughts, inspire them to re-examine quantum physics from the physics standpoint of view, from classical physics to quantum physics, up to the level that understand not only particles, the matter, which comes from energy, and beyond that energy level, beyond that particle, beyond all we can see, all we can dictate, all we can observe from the 3-dimensional world, and go up. In the meantime, the Eastern is from top. The top is the infinity. Top is the source. Top is all that is. And to give the projection, all that is, to give the light, all that is, to give that three-dimensional world or four-dimensional world or every dimensional world, so to speak. So what he talked about is quantum physics is sort of like the mediator to connect the physical world to the high universal Eastern thoughts, to that infinite energy, the infinite consciousness, the infinite source, the infinite wisdom. Sort of like what we see from the Christianity standpoint of view, and God. And God embraces everything. God is the supreme energy. From that point of view, it's a similar thing. So over here, and what he talk about is if we want to reach to that high dimension, we must not be entangled or trapped by the three-dimensional world. And how do we do that? He gave 3 and 4 and 5 and main point that people may be able to get into. So what he calls is that number 1 is cleanliness. And I think it's over here, cleanliness is over here cleansing, and over here is clarity. And everything, if you have clarity in your mind, clarity in your mind transmission, clarity in everything that is in your mind, that will help you to not to be blocked, not to be spammed by all these chaos, all these messy signals, all these messy emotions. And then second thing is about he talk about is about calmness. The calmness, you see in the calmness of water, and you will see clearer on the water. And the calmness in the mind will help you to transmit that energy, to transmit that information, to transmit that consciousness, to make that connection, clarity of the connection. That means you can be in alignment with the universe, and you can be in resonance with the source. You can be connected to the source without much block, without a lot of blockages in the middle, so that the calmness will help you to have the better transmission, better connection, better communication. And then another thing he talked about is the reverence. What is the reverence? Reverence is the reverence, not only the reverence to everybody and to the supreme consciousness. Reverence is about respect to all beings. Respect, not only you respect to God, but respect to the lower animals, respect to all beings. That's the reverence talk about. So that is the important part of that. Because without reverence and that self-centered being will block you from anything there is, because you are entangled, you are trapped, you are caged by the self-centered being or by the three-dimensional world. So that reference is also very important to open up everything, to respect everything without self-centered being, without egoism, without that selfishness, without that self, without that closeness, without the three-dimensional entanglement. So next thing he's talk about is the mirror image. It's sort of like a projection, a reflection. What do we see? What do we do is the reflection of ourselves. So we see other people have problems because we have problems. If we see other people's agony, and because we have agony. If we see other people's anger, because we have anger inside. We see other people's jealousy, because we have that jealousy inside. We see other people's three-dimensional indulgements, because we have some problems with it. So it is us, each one of us, need to free ourselves. When we free ourselves, when we rise into different dimensional world and rise above, heighten that consciousness, and expanded the consciousness and resonant to the n dimension, and we don't see these problems. Why? Because we rise above, and we no longer perceive things that way anymore, because and then that problems is no longer the problem, because everything in the three-dimensional world is the reflection of ourselves. So next thing he talk about is about the vision. That vision is the infinite potential. What I always talk about, it is that infinite vision, that vision without a vision, that way without a way. And how do I explain that? It's sometimes very difficult to explain with words. It's beyond words. It's the total awakening. That awakening is about you see, you don't see. You hear, you don't hear. You smell, you don't smell. Because you no longer depend on the five senses. You rise above the five senses. You go through the sixth sense. You go through the third eye and beyond. That's what I call vision without a vision. You see the infinity and without sensories. You see the infinity without senses. You see the infinite potential without senses. So in that matter, in that sense, there's no beginning, there's no ending. The universe is the infinity of the universe, the infinity of the consciousness, infinity of that energy wave, infinity of that origin. So what is he talk about the origin? He talks about the sine wave. The sine wave is one simple, the simplest wave of the universe. The simplest wave is the one dimension, and is the zero dimension, is the n dimension. That's what it is. It's one wave, and that wave in Chinese they call dragon. The dragon is a symbol. It's not a real animal. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of that sine wave, and means the origin. In Tao, probably have some of you probably have heard of Tao, have heard of Qi, have heard of Tao. The Tao means everything comes from nothing. The nothingness is everything, and nothing produces one, produces two, produces three, produces everything else. So everything comes from nothing. Everything comes from the emptiness. Everything comes from the great void. That great void, that great emptiness, the great sine wave is the origin of everything. It is the source of all being. It is the source of all dimensions. It's the source of everything we see, everything we don't see. Everything quantum theory can touch, and the quantum theory far away from touching. Just like Albert Einstein said, when you rise on top of the mountain, the master has already been on top. Why? Because from the Eastern thoughts, Eastern wisdom, and everything is from the top to the bottom. Everything is from the source, from that n dimension, is from that sine wave, is from that dragon. It is from that infinite mind. That infinite mind covers everything, shines everything, gives projection to everything of that matrix. That matrix is that conscious matrix we talk about. The matrix is the supreme, infinite potential matrix of everything that is covered, that is there, and that is what can be, and what will be, what has been, and that infinite universe, that infinite information, that infinite energy, that infinite of everything there is. Thank you. Okay, 李峰老师。
Thank you, DeRu. Hi, thank you. There is two reasons why we need to have to upgrade the dimension of our mind. The one reason is in one dimension, we cannot find the beautiful things because to the have the two dimension, we can join the paint, very beautiful paint. In the three dimension, we can into the paint into the image. So if we higher our dimension, we can make the more beautiful the exist. So the life's meaning is to upgrade our dimension. We can get more things, more the environmental, more the beautiful things like habits. So that's one reason we have to upgrade our inside dimension, consciousness dimension, and spiritual. And the two reasons is in this time is present. We build every knowledge in the cloud, like the internet, make the very huge cloud. There is knowledge, a lot of knowledge. We build up the rubble, have the very smart software and the power. And robot gets the information from the cloud is more efficiently than the human. So in the future, if we cannot open the higher dimension information, higher dimension past the human, will become to the robot's leap. So that is a very bad future for humans. So humans have to open the inside high dimension space. We can continue to control everything in this world. That is very important. So these two reasons to people we have to continue to upgrade our mind dimension. Thanks.
Okay, what he talked about is what everybody talks about the robotic age, the AI age. The AI is coming. Doesn't matter we like it or not. AI can threaten our lives. The robotic lives can threaten our lives because we stay in this three-dimensional world. Our vision stuck in this three-dimensional world. Our consciousness stuck in this three-dimensional world. If that is so, when we compete with robotic world, when we compete with AI world, we're going to be absolutely going to be defeated. So it is time to wake up. It is time to upgrade ourselves. It is time to see beyond the data, beyond the mechanical, beyond the robotical, beyond that automation. So we need to stop regarding ourselves as machine, as parts of the machine. Start regard ourselves in time and space, in Newtonian world, that time is fixed, space is fixed, location is fixed, and we're stuck in this three-dimensional world. We need to stand on top of the giants to see beyond. To see beyond, that means we need to imagine and beyond. What is to do that imagine and beyond? How can we open ourselves to see beyond that three-dimensional world? To see, to connect with the universe consciousness, to expand our consciousness. The only way is to meditate. When you do meditation, you are clear. When you do meditation, your mind is transcend to the universal consciousness. When you do meditation, you are resonant with the universal consciousness. When you do meditation, you are in communication with the universe. When you do meditation, you are recharging yourself to give that energy you absolutely need it to resonate yourself, to tap into the consciousness of the universe, to tap into the innermost consciousness of yourself, to leave that physical self alone. So that's what it is, what it's talk about. So upgrade ourselves, it is to meditate, to see beyond that three-dimensional world. So to liberate ourselves, to liberate each one of us. How to liberate ourselves is to see beyond. What a human is supposed to do. A human being has the mind. That mind can be at the moment. That moment can go to totally different dimensional world, can go directly to the n dimension, go to fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, and beyond. Only at the moment in time. And you can see, you can tap into the innermost consciousness to connect to the supreme wisdom, to the n-dimensional world. That's why meditation is so important. Meditation gives you clarity. Meditation give you vision. Meditation give you cleansing of your body and your mind. Meditation get rid of all the blockages. Meditation let go all these junks, all these signals, all these messy things. Meditation heighten your consciousness beyond four dimension, beyond the fifth dimension, beyond any dimension, and can go into the infinity. But no AI can do that. Why? Because as soon as the AI automation that a robotic entity is produced, it's already set. Yes, it has a tremendous data collection, can have tremendous information, can beat thousands of people, today's people, with a three-dimension mind. That's not a single doubt about it. That data collection, that cloud, because of the robotic, is go through into the cloud. The cloud has infinite information, a lot of information you human beings never can compete with. So instead of competing with the robotic in the information collection, in the data collection, human beings need to transcend into the infinite in dimension, into the infinite wisdom, into the infinite intelligence. That is what he talked about. Through that meditation, and you have infinite creativity. Through that meditation, you can change the humanity. You can change each one of us to reach above instead of stuck into the three-dimensional world. Okay, Dr. Liu, it's your turn. Hey, 说大一点，听不见。
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
We can jump to the higher dimension from up to down to observe everything from the three dimensions. Use meditation, use Zen, use the Qigong and Tai Chi and yoga. That is very important for the present human and the future human. Because if we can jump to the fourth dimension, we can control the time x. If the time is we can go to the past and go to the future. We can know everything in the three dimension what happened, so that we can make the right decision. We can to know everything happened the past.
好，我还有
so
我们还有
we can-
一分钟啊。
Okay,
Well, even-
that's very important for the people in the present. Thank you.
Okay, what he talk about it is the only through Zen meditation, through yoga, through Yin Yang Tai Chi, and that is the way that a meditation can transcend you into the infinite universe, infinite cloud, infinite consciousness. And when you go above, from the fourth dimension above, and then you can see everything on the three-dimensional world. You can make a right decision and can make right automation. You can make right AI, can design right AI, right robotic, and you will not be threatened by it. You instead of competition, but creation, and you can totally create a totally different species, totally different world. Thank you.
You're listening to America's
you.
Web
Thank you
Radio
very much.
on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
Want to give your family or loved one the perfect gift? Then go online and check out the TornadoBodyDryer.com. I love mine and the warm heat air massage it gives me after my shower. The Tornado Body Dryer is super. You'll love it, and you'll love having one in your shower.
If your health insurance premium is more than your mortgage, Ellen Deal with Ideal Solutions is here to help. Whether you're a small business owner, individual family, or baby boomer, email MAGA45CAG@gmail.com and I'll respond with 3 easy questions to help you determine if you can get away from Obamacare. As a 20-year veteran of the insurance industry, I'm here to help with all your insurance needs. Email Ellen Deal at MAGA45CAG@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Karuchak. Join me and my co-host, Dr. Hal Schurz, as we talk about the topics that doctors talk about amongst themselves, such as Medicare, Obamacare, alternative forms of care, and health information technology. Join us every Thursday morning, 8 to 9.
www.atlantahealingcenter.com.
In 2009, the member.
You're listening to America's Web Radio on the AmericasBroadcastNetwork.com. Thank you for listening.
America's Web Radio, and want to thank a number of you folks for being going to be a little strange, but that's okay. We do a lot of strange things here at